Stop right there. Before you scroll past this, before you make another excuse, before you tell yourself tomorrow I'll change, I need you to hear something that will either wake you up or confirm you're not ready. Most people will choose to stay asleep. Which one are you? What does fairness have to do with anything? Here's a reality check for you. Life isn't fair. You're going to have to fight and struggle for everything you desire, just like everyone else. But you haven't taken a single action to improve it. You can't just complain and expect transformation. You're going to lose sleep. You'll question whether it's working. You'll stress about making ends meet. You won't complete your task list. You'll wonder if you made the correct decision and have no way of knowing. This is what difficulty feels like. And that's acceptable. Everything valuable is challenging. The more valuable it is, the more challenging it becomes. The bigger the reward, the bigger the struggle. If it's difficult, excellent. It means nobody else will attempt it. More opportunities for you. Being mistreated, starting from nothing, learning challenges, broken foundation. Life isn't fair whatsoever. Not at all. So what will you do about it? I understood that nobody was coming to rescue me. Nobody was going to magically transform me into someone special. All my circumstances were my responsibility now. It's completely on me. Listen, that challenge might not disappear. That hurt might not go away. That battle might not end. You are a fighter. It's time for you not to retreat, not to surrender, not to give in. I understand it's tough. I understand you've never experienced this level of pain before. I understand you've never been challenged like this. I don't know if I can survive it. Listen, fighter. It's time to do what fighters do. Life isn't fair, is it? Doesn't seem very fair at all. I don't even know if that's what we desire. But what are we designed for? Because the reality is, life is tough. We're going to be struck so many times with unexpected difficulties. These unexpected difficulties crush most people. The reason they crush them is because they lack the capacity to function during hard times. It's challenging work to win fair battles, and there are many unfair battles out there. Why would I spend my time, if I have 24 hours daily, choosing unfair battles when I'll be working hard to win the fair ones? Life can be quite difficult. You don't really understand sometimes where you're going. Nobody provides you any guidance in this world. One thing that makes life more difficult for us is expecting it to be easy. Does demanding fairness make you stronger? Does saying that person started ahead of you benefit you in any way? No, because your actions are completely independent from theirs. It's tough. Life is tough. You can either collapse or you can pursue it. Some of you are frustrated. I can't handle another defeat. Listen to me. Can you just survive today? I call it the survival mindset. Almost every successful person I've encountered has gone through not a month or year, but many years of working without reward, where they must do things others find boring and sacrifice things everyone finds interesting. They sacrifice a season of things they'd prefer to do for stuff they would not prefer to do because of the one thing they want most. Life is hard, and there is suffering, but you're not alone. There's an escape and there's hope out there, and it's good. But you must hang in there. You must never surrender, and remember that you're never out of the battle. This was a difficult journey. I will not make excuses for my failures because doing so would rob me of my victories. Am I disappointed with the result? Yes. But am I satisfied with myself? Absolutely. It was never meant to be simple. Life was given for a purpose. We exist for a reason. We were placed on this earth to accomplish great things. But the obstacles must occur. They will occur. But we must continue. If I'm going to hurt like this, if I'm going to bleed like this, if I'm going to cry like this, let me cry because I'm in the best condition of my life. Let me cry because I'm prepared to weather the uphill battle. Let me cry because I'm building my relationship, my business, my legacy. Let me cry because it hurts, but there's a reward at the end of my pain. Let me cry tears because I passed the challenge, because I gave everything I had. Everything in existence comes with hardship. Make a choice. Will you select the pain that harms you or the pain that transforms you? Consider this your awakening call. It was my responsibility. That's what you must realize. Everything you do, you may have support or not, but it's your responsibility. You must decide whether you want to be exceptional or whether you want to be average, and everything's fine. But being exceptional hurts badly. Life isn't fair. We must understand that. It shouldn't be fair. It's a proving ground. It's a testing ground. It's designed to make us tougher, as strong as possible, to test us, to drive us. So mentality is the only thing that carries us through life. But here's the thing. It's easier said than done, right? On the other side of suffering is a life most people don't know exists. It's a beautiful world. We all exist in this world, where our minds keep us in this container. Outside that container, on the other edge of suffering, is a world of endless opportunity. But we're afraid to go outside that container because inside is comfortable. Outside that container, God gives you a tool and says, start digging. That's not enjoyable. I think part of life's challenges is, many of us are running around half committed to ourselves, half fooling ourselves, not fully ourselves, not studying ourselves enough, not holding ourselves accountable enough, not congratulating ourselves when we achieve what we want enough, not being tough on ourselves when we get out of line even though we knew better. I wish we were more fully ourselves that way. But understand this. Life is hard. No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. My advice is to prepare yourself. Success and achievement come from overcoming adversity. Life is hard. It's hard when you're 49 years old, worked at a job for 17 years, and they tell you you're finished and give you 1 week severance pay, and you must start completely over. It's hard when you are married and raising children, and your children are small and your spouse dies unexpectedly. It's hard handling life's tragedies. It's hard when you're working on something and put everything you have into it, and it fails. You lose your money and others' money. It's hard. You will experience things, and while you're experiencing them, you can't understand why it's happening to you. But after you experience it, you look back and say, now I understand why I needed that lesson. At some point, you will encounter pain. The moment you become acquainted with pain, you become acquainted with hardship. You realize that no matter what you do, no matter how much you study, no matter how much you plan, you cannot avoid some measure of pain. If you want this thing, I don't care what it is, then you must become acquainted with pain. The pain of discipline, the pain of growth, the pain of learning, the pain of giving, the pain of forgiving. It all hurts, so choose your pain. Select your hurt. But getting knocked down or pushed back doesn't mean you stop living. It doesn't mean you stop growing. It doesn't mean you don't continue. But I challenge you to take the hard path. I challenge you to go down that road many refuse to travel. I challenge you to show up and show the world you have something special and unique about you. I challenge you to show the world something they've never seen before about you. I challenge you to stand up. I challenge you to breathe life into your purpose. I challenge you to do it. When you have fallen, when you have made an error, the worst thing you can do is criticize yourself. At the end of the day, life can be very painful. We can experience loss and worry and the sleeplessness of recurring heartbreak and hardships. It is unavoidable. It is self-compassion that gives us the power to face our failures, to face our fears, to face our insecurities, to face what we don't like about ourselves and come out victorious. When you're down, find a way to rise. I've been there. I go through it like anyone else. But I have a purpose to fulfill in this world. And so do you. The real challenge of growth mentally, emotionally, and spiritually comes when you get knocked down. How you handle it, that's where the growth occurs. Evaluate where you are. Look at it. Assess yourself. Assess yourself and assess the situation. What brought you there? What role did you play? All of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. If you want to begin to move, you must clear your mind of all the unnecessary luggage and baggage that's weighing you down. I'm telling you from personal experience. I know what my life was like when I put in 55%. I know what it was like when I didn't try. I know what my life was like when I didn't care. I know what my life was like when I didn't have any dreams or goals, when I didn't want anything. Now I'm putting in 120%. You put in 120%. Not only does it affect your life, it affects your family's life. It affects your friends' lives. It affects your community's life. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to get from where you are. I'm challenging you to stop settling. I'm challenging you to stop accepting the life that was given to you. I'm challenging you to give 120%. Are you hearing me? Trying is not sufficient. Trying won't get you there. We need potential. We need application. We need dedication. We need motivation. We need discipline. We need to understand that work must be applied. Even when you don't want to do it, find a way to do it anyway. I'm coming back and I'll be stronger and better because of it. You must make a declaration that this is what you stand for. If you're going to win the fight for your future, then you must master self-compassion. Face the conflict. Embrace, rather than avoid, challenges. And you don't give up on yourself. Do not give up on yourself. When you find yourself criticizing yourself, negatively comparing yourself to others, try to find inspiration in their successes and strengths instead of feeling threatened. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. Everyone gets knocked down. No matter how tough you think you are, you're going to fall. And when you fall, sometimes you fall really hard. But that ground is a hard surface, and I'm going to tell you something. It won't move because you're laying on it. So you need to rise up, and you need to rise above it, and you need to start moving. Sometimes you must step back and go within, and pray and meditate and recharge your batteries. Go away, clear your head, then come back and look at it from a different perspective. Don't operate while you're under the influence or effect of what's happening. Stop half doing things. Stop putting forth 50% effort, 60%. Stop. Do it right, or just don't do it at all. Are you hearing me? Do it right. There are many people walking around today. They have unchecked rage, unchecked aggression, unchecked anxiety, fear, insecurity. You must care enough about yourself to face it and find a resolution. You must discover what the next things you need to be doing are. How are you going to push it to that level and go beyond it? How are you going to maximize your time? How much energy are you going to put into this craft? Everything you have, everything you are. What I need you to do is look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Come on, quit playing. Stop. I deserve to see what my life would look like if I gave 120%. Stay dedicated. You must keep pushing forward. You must keep fighting the good fight. You must put aside the excuses because excuses won't lift you up. Excuses won't give you the power you truly need. You must be willing to go against the tide. You must be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me." When you get knocked down, how long are you going to stay down? When you lose your job, when you lose that loved one, regardless if it's your spouse, your child, whatever it is, do you have the ability to go through the hurt and pain of that loss? Regardless of what you're going through, the best time you know you are strong is when you're at the weakest point of your life. I want you to see yourself in your mind's eye and say to yourself, "I love myself unconditionally and I forgive myself. If I knew better, I would have done better." To win the war for your future, you must master the muscle of self-compassion. When you are so far down that hole, looking up and you don't see light, but yet you know there's an end to this darkness, that's when you'll discover just how strong you really are. Just keep moving forward. If you think you're going through something terrible right now, wait until tomorrow if tomorrow comes for you. Look at the person next to you. Look at people all over the world. If you ever come in contact with certain individuals and ask yourself, are they going through much more than what I'm going through? Because honestly, there will always be people going through much more than you're going through right now. Remember the past, but do not live in the past. Every mistake you have made up until this very moment. Forgive yourself. With forgiveness comes freedom. You're going to have people do things to you. Things are going to happen to you. The most important thing to do is harness your will and let it go and move so you can grow, so you can get on with your life. It doesn't matter what happens to you. What matters is what you're going to do about it. This is a process, and you have to hurt just a little bit so you can understand what it means to be strong. So don't give up on your hopes. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start embracing the hard path that leads to greatness, type, "I choose the pain that changes me," in the comments below. Let me see who's ready to transform their struggle into strength.